abnormal behavior of water, or you say anomalous behavior of the water, right? What exactly does it mean? So you might have observed that ice floats on the water. Why exactly it happens? You might also be knowing that the density of ice is lesser than water, but how that outcome got established, right? Freezing of the water, right? You take a water bottle, when you note it's freezing, right? It freezes from the top to the bottom. Why such thing happens? What is some peculiar or what is some abnormal behavior of the water? Frozen hands, or you may say frostbite, right? If you keep ice on your hands, right, for a longer time, you feel pain. So what exactly happens within your body, right? Bursting of the water pipes in the cold countries, right? Due to extreme cold, the pipes burst out. Why exactly it happens? So answer to all such questions is abnormal behavior of the water, or you may say anomalous behavior of the water. The abnormal, anomalous, they both are synonyms of one another. Anomalous expansion of the water or anomalous contraction of the water. So in this topic, we are going to understand some peculiar, some special behavior of the water. What it is, right? If you question why ice floats on the water, why do fish survive in the frozen lakes, right? Lakes, when you note, even it is frozen at the top, the below water remains at higher temperatures, or the below of the lake does not get frozen up. Why such observation? Why such thing happens? Why do water freezes from top to bottom? What is a frostbite and why does it happen? Why do water pipelines burst in the cold countries? So after going through this session, you will be able to answer all these questions, and all these questions are based on some special, some unique, and some, you may say, abnormal behavior of the water. Compared to all other liquids, water behave differently. Let's see what is that different behavior. So these are the some facts about the water, right? First fact is, at 4 degree the water has maximum density. So here I want you to note that abnormal behavior of the water is observed between 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. Neither at 10 degree, neither at 20 degree, neither at 50 degree. Only between 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, right? 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, the abnormal behavior of the water is observed. When you heat the water from 0 to 4, or when you cool the water from 4 to 0, some abnormality happens. But let us see some of the facts which are already established by some experiments. The experiment also we are going to see in this session. So at 4 degrees centigrade, the water has maximum density, and that density is 1000 kg per meter cube. So from this graph, you can note that at 4 degrees centigrade, the density of the water is maximum, and the maximum value is 1000 kg per meter cube, or you may say 1 gram per centimeter cube. Another fact about the water we have, at 4 degrees centigrade, the water has minimum volume. If you recollect the formula for density, that is equal to mass upon volume. So we can conclude that density is inversely proportional to volume. At 4 degree, right, at 4 degree, density is maximum. Ultimately, the volume will be minimum. Again, a graphical representation of it, that at 4 degree, you can see that the volume of water is least. Then when heated from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, when you heat the water from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, rather than expanding, it will contract, right? Whenever you feel heat, how do you sleep, right? You extend your arms, you extend your body and sleep. So it is a normal behavior that when anything is heated, it will expand. But water, when it is heated from 0 to 4, mark my words, 0 to 4, after 4 degree the behavior is normal, and beyond 0 degree also the behavior is normal. Only between 0 to 4, when you heat, it will contract rather than expanding. And conversely, when you cool the water from 4 to 0 degrees centigrade, rather than contracting, it will expand. So unlike us, when we feel heat, right, we stretch our arms and sleep. but water it contracts. Conversely, when we feel cold, we make our hands close to the body, legs close to the body, right? But water, when it is cooled, it expands. So this is the abnormal behavior. Ice is lighter than the water. These things you can also observe at home. You can take a water bottle, right? Fill it, completely fill it up and keep it in the freezer until it becomes completely ice. When you take out the bottle out of the freezer, when it is completely ice, you will see that the bottle has slightly bulged out. The bottle has expanded. So it clearly proves that on cooling from 4 to 0, the expansion takes place. And when the same water bottle, when you allow to cool, right, let it come to the room temperature, it will again come back to its normal shape, clearly proving that when water is allowed to get heat from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, it contracts. So I want you to note here that between 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, right, water shows abnormal behavior. And what is that abnormal behavior? That is when the water is heated from 0 to 4, right? When you heat the water from 0 to 4, it contracts. And conversely, when you cool the water, you take water at 4 degrees centigrade and you cool it to 0 degrees centigrade, right? Rather than contracting, it will expand. So this is some abnormal behavior of the water. If you take any other liquid, it behaves just like us, right? When we feel heat, we expand, and when we feel cold, we contract our body. All the things does the same except water. When it becomes cool, it expands, and when it becomes hot, it contracts. And such abnormal behavior is observed only between 0 to 4. You can see here that after 4 degree, again it is showing a normal behavior. Even before 0 degree, the behavior is normal. Between 0 to 4 degree, right, between this region, the behavior is abnormal. So between 0 to 4 degree, water behaves abnormally. We call it as abnormal behavior water, or you may also say abnormal expansion of the water, or you may say abnormal contraction of the water.